And then if the tree doesn't talk to you, it tries to get your attention. So it'll do something like wiggle its leaf. And you'll be walking by and it'll be wiggling a leaf. Nothing else is moving in the entire area, but there's this leaf. And it's like this. Come on over here. Come on, I would like to talk with you for a moment. And so nature has a way of getting our attention, and it's saying, pause, I have something that I want to show you. And then we'll notice something like, oh, look at that. How that little, the arbutus, on the way here, I saw an arbutus, and I love the arbutus. It's called the strawberry tree. And they have the most amazing fruit, and it looks like a little sunrise. And they're right. So I was seeing them, and I was like, and I know they're edible, and I know you can count them, and I know you can get some of them. So I get very excited about this strawberry tree. It's gotten our attention by waving its little fruit. Okay? But I also know that those trees are also called princes, that there are princes. And so what do we know about a prince? We know that a prince is on its way to leadership, right? And then we know that there's this young fruit, so something is growing, something is emerging around leadership that's important for this group. Okay, and that's all because I saw this little strawberry tree that is just right in me. But it'll try to get your attention. It's going to try to get your attention. Right? And whoever that tree is, whatever that tree is, knowing that, also everything has a life cycle. Everything has a full life cycle, and everything dies. Okay? Hello, everyone, everything dies. Everything. Okay? There's one thing that my father used to say. He said, only the rocks live forever. But they also change form. They become sand, and then they get melted into other colors. They get carried to other lands by birds. They're always changing also. Right? But the stones are the slowest moving. The stones are the slowest moving. And stones also talk. My voice is like, yeah. I've been in the West. See what happens? Yeah. All those in the West. Gotta love it. And so can we get in a place where we're right with ourselves and where we're able to, hola preciosa. I was just talking about the Mayan tree of life. Oh, it's so beautiful. Muy bueno. And so we can get right with ourselves if we can go outside and we can figure out who the fuck we are. Again, if we will listen to that beckoning from nature. And we've all had that beckoning. Where we've been inside, and we've got 5 billion things going on, or just maybe even just 2 things going on, just a couple things, what's great is that even if we just have a couple things going on, if we leave the room, life will go on. Life will go on. We do not need to be in that room. We do not need to take care of everything and everyone if we have another calling. You have responsibilities. You want to recognize impact and things like that, But also it's important that we're able to say, I'm just going to take a minute and I'm going to answer that calling because right now I just got a message from my heart, from the inside of my body that said, that little stream out there that's really close to your house, come and sit by me for a little while. And so we leave and then we go outside, we go down to that little stream and there's a blue heron standing. A blue heron. And what did we need? We needed a blue heron. Okay, we needed to see that the stream is flowing. We needed to reflect for a moment in the water and hear, you know what, it's going to be okay. Your son's going to be all right. Or you know what, if you really want to take that trip, then you can take that. Because we can get the clear answers if we'll give ourselves a clear way to see. We just need to give ourselves a way to receive that information. And I have found that nature is really the messenger. Nature is really the messenger. And sometimes, don't make nature big. Okay, sometimes it's like, please. So like yesterday, I came in and the rain was glorious. It was so warm. And, my brother, my Lakota brother, was making fun of me because we were driving by prairie dogs and he knows me so well. And he's like, oh God, she's going to roll down the window and she's going to yell out the window that she loves those prairie dogs. And I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And I was like, I can't help it, you know? I love your prairie dogs, you know? They're so amazing. They're so amazing. Yeah, we have a common. Yeah, that's great. It's just, tell the world that you love it. This is supposed to be a reciprocal relationship, right? This is supposed to be a relationship where we're honoring each other, where there's mutuality. You know, and so I'm going to tell the tree what I want. I'm going to tell the tree how to get itself together and give me what I want in all these different ways. The tree is spending its entire life gathering the sun. My mom taught me this. My Matilda mama taught me this. You know, she said that tree spends its entire life gathering the sun. And it gathers the sun, and it gathers the sun, and then one day it gives it back. Okay. And so when we light a fire, all the sun that tree spent thousands, hundreds at least, hundreds of years gathering is a gift to us. Okay. And so what do we give back to a friend? You know, we want to be a friend to life. We want to have a reciprocal relationship with life. And that means I'm going to go out and I'm going to listen. I'm not just going to take everything. So we can take our burdens to the tree. The tree loves burdens. The tree eats what we give off. It loves it. It's so excited. It's just like, yeah, suck it to me. Give it to me, baby. You know, so you can just, yeah, I can just go right answer. Too much fun. So this is a tree. This is wood. Okay, so thank you. This is the blood and bones of the earth. Blood and bones and sinew of the earth. And so, you know, one of the things that I love about the Judaic tradition and many traditions is that, you know, they will honor the house. You know, there's a little wonderful prayer scroll by the door, and you can kiss it or you can touch it, and you thank the house, which is thanking the earth and thanking the spirit, right? But there's also some wonderful, I love Qigong, and Dr. Sun we had a wonderful event. I had the honor of doing an event with him. And in Qigong, they also work with moving the energy through the trees. But one of the things that I like to do is you can simply take and you can put, in Japan, it's something really wonderful they do is they take and they put their prayers. And when I was in Japan, you could see them everywhere in these little temples, and they put their little prayers in kind of like a little piece of paper, and then it's folded like a little accordion, and then there's a little string around the center. It's kind of like a little butterfly, so it hangs like a little butterfly. And then it's hung there on the tree or at this little shrine, or by the Buddhas, and the Buddhas are everywhere. Those of you who know Japan, it's just, oh God, I love Japan so much. And then the Spirit's taking care of it. It has been given. It has been left there, and it is taken care of. The Buddha has the issue, and the Buddha will resolve it. The tree has the issue, and the tree will resolve it. Okay, but we get so into our all powerfulness, right? Like I'm all powerful. I'm gonna deal with this stuff that I've had since I was 2 years old. And I've never been able to deal with it yet, but I'm still going to deal with it. And we really do some things that are just not our best features, needless to say. But what we can do is we can pray, or if we don't want to pray, we can say a poem. We can look at media that is inspiring for us. That inspires us. We can listen for our calling, and if we don't hear our calling, I love that usually we know what we want to be doing right now. If we would actually have a relationship with ourselves and ask ourselves, hey, yo, Char, what would you like to be doing right now? Oh, that was nice of you to ask. Thank you. Right? You know? Because this is where everything else is going to come from. Okay, so if I'm having a relationship where I give a shit about myself, I'm probably going to be having a better experience of all of the people around me and all my interactions throughout my day, right? Okay, now, this is not, there's nothing wrong, and everything's great, and I just love myself,
And, but things are going to be a lot greater if you love yourself. And things are also going to be a lot greater if you allow something greater to love you than another human being. Okay? Because we're fallible, we screw things up, we say the wrong thing, we just, oh my God, really? I mean, it's just like, really? Somebody can be so loving to us, and we'll just say something to them, and we're just like, it's like, or we make up stories about what they're really thinking when they say something nice to us. Not okay. All right? People say nice things to us probably because they mean them. Okay? So, I mean, that's a possibility. That's an option. To think of that as a possibility, right? Yeah. So, what we can take with the Garbaggio, and the Garbaggio was the negative thinking, and, when we've got a tude, and man, can we get a tude? And the reason that we get a tude usually is because somebody done somebody wrong, right? Somebody did me wrong, and we have a little victim story, and then we're like, oh my God, there's nothing for me to learn from. I've just been sorry for no reason. It's all bullshit, okay? So, there's some reason, if we're hurt, there's some reason we've been hurt, and maybe it's to figure out that, you know what I mean? I just need to pick it up by skin. Or maybe I need to be able to say what I'm really feeling instead of just expecting the whole world to figure it out on their own. But whatever it is, what we need to be able to receive some information, some wisdom, and some knowledge about how to get to a place where we like ourselves. Right? I mean, self-love is great, and I think it's great to have self-love, and I think it gets a lot of good press. And I think it's great if you can say, I love every part of me. But I think it's also very important to begin a friendship with ourselves. To begin a relationship with ourselves where we like ourselves, where we take ourselves where we go. Because we like ourselves. Right? So the things that we don't like, or the things that we don't have clarity about, the things that are really confused, we're screwed up in the head, or where we're just like, I think my behavior is like really reached the place of optimal less than becoming. Alright? So we all have those moments. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have them, maybe you all don't have them. So, what we can do is we can go to the tree, we can say, help me. Okay, help me. And what we know is we know that the tree is a symbol, and oh look, there's images of trees in these trees, oh my God. So what we know is we know that the tree is the symbol of abundance, right? So it is the symbol of abundance, and it is also the symbol of life. It is also the symbol of the middle and the lower and the upper worlds. It is a symbol of great power and wisdom. So what we can do is we can take things to the tree. Take things to the tree however you want to take things to the tree. Okay? And so that's what we're going to do now. So if you can just close your eyes. And just think of a tree. Allow a tree to come to you. And I would like this to be a tree that loses its leaves. A tree that comes into bloom in the spring, blossoms, begins to leaf, has fruit. And I would like you to begin with your feet and any burdens that you're carrying. Anything that is preventing you from being light in your step. Simply give that to the tree. It is in front of you. And in your heart you say thank you. And then breathing in, you take new life all the way into your feet. And you breathe out, thank you. And then going up into your legs and your knees. And if there's just anything that's preventing you or not allowing you to go forward, just give that burden to the tree. And in your heart, you can breathe out, thank you.
And you can breathe in life all the way down into your thighs and your knees and your calves, all the way down to your feet.